Scorpio, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol. Scorpio, this is going to be a general reading for you for mid-month, July 2025. So we're going to be doing a check-in. In particular, I'm going to be looking at what pattern is showing up for healing for you this month. And patterns are very important on our healing journey. Because we need to pay attention to them. We need to know that there's something that's coming up for healing for us, and that's why this pattern keeps showing up in our life. Could be, you know, toxic relationships that for some reason keep happening. Certain types of people that we, you know, get triggered by all the time, or a certain person. It could be something at work. It could be with an intimate partner. It could be with our family. What is it that keeps showing up for you that you kind of, you know, put away and it comes up again, and push it down and it comes up again? So we're going to look at what's coming up for you in July. There's always patterns in our life showing up. And then secondly, I'm going to look at what aspect of your shadow is driving this pattern, because believe it or not, our shadow or our unconscious is what's driving and manifesting all our patterns. And it's important that we realize that, because there's something that needs healing in our shadow that's, you know, triggering us again over and over again. So and then we'll look at what advice from the tarot, what advice there is that the tarot can give you in order to start to heal this. Because remember, this is a journey. It's not something that's going to happen like this, the healing. So we're just going to look at something small and focus on something that needs to, be healed in order for you to start to go in a new direction. So let's begin by asking, what pattern in your life is showing up for healing? So this is for Scorpio. One card for the pattern that's showing up. And you have the Six of Swords. And I will be using the Tarot of the Abyss. I forgot to mention that. And I'll also be using the Radiant Rider-Waite to clarify. So what aspect from your shadow is driving this pattern right now? One card for that. You have the Knight of Cups in reverse. And advice from the tarot. One card for that, please. That one came out quickly, which is nice. King of Cups. So let's clarify these. Six of Swords. Tell me more about the Six of Swords. Couple cards to clarify. You have the Devil in reverse and the Three of Cups. Knight of Cups. Tell me some more about the Knight of Cups. Couple cards. One more card. Here we go. Okay, so you have the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Magician in reverse. King of Cups, couple cards for that. One more. Oh, that one got benched. One more. All right, you have the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Temperance card in reverse under the King of Cups. So what pattern is showing up in your life right now? You have the Six of Swords, and this Six of Swords has this picture of this bird. You can see it right here, and this individual on top. And this bird is definitely taking this individual somewhere. And the Six of Swords for me represents someone going to a safer place, being taken to a safer place. And right away, when I see this card, because it's a healing channel, your first card that shows up for you, Scorpio, is the safety card. And so I need to ask you, are you in a safe place right now? Sometimes we can actually convince ourselves that we're in a safe place when we're not. I mean, obviously, there's situations where we kind of know that, oh, this isn't a safe place for us. You know you need to get out, you need to get on your own sometimes, or remove yourself from whatever it is. It could be, a situation at work as well. It's a general reading. So this really says, how are you in a safe place? Sometimes we can convince ourselves that we are in a safe place when we're not, right? If we think that this person's providing some sort of protection for us, or we can stay in this situation and not realize it. And so the first question comes out is, are you in a safe place right now? Because I'm seeing that the Devil card underneath it comes out in reverse, and this is an interesting card to come out under that question, because in an upright position, the Devil card refers to those things that we're attached to, such as our addictions, our distractions. Maybe you are addicted to a certain individual. We can be addicted to people as well. And the reason why we have our addictions is because we're trying to numb out pain that is sitting underneath, and that's what addictions are for. And so I think what's happening is, because this is in reverse, maybe you don't see your situation for what it is because you're trying to numb it out with addictions or an addiction. I'm not here to sit here and tell you to, you need to stop your addictions. But whenever it comes up, it's like you need to become aware of this addiction. And what are you numbing out here? There's some pain here. And I'm wondering if this addiction is preventing you from seeing your situation that you're sitting in, and realizing maybe you don't see it because of your addiction, and maybe you're using that to cope. And then you have the next card, which is the Three of Cups. And Three of Cups is a celebration card of our feminine energy. And our feminine energy is a beautiful, creative energy. This is number 3, and so it's a real creative energy for you. And so you have this feminine energy why is this feminine energy coming out here? This creative feminine energy of co-creation. And I'm wondering if there's just it's almost like there's something here, creative, something stirring here, this possibility for you, this newer possibility, co-creation, creating with somebody that's coming out here. And it talks about our feminine energy, talks about our emotions, talks about our authenticity, our creativity. Lots of abundance here at the back of the card. So, but it's all very interesting because it all stems around you being in a very unsafe place, that you can't see this. And there's, like I said, a combination of, some addictions there that are using to numb your pain, but yet there's this creative part of you that's kind of, coming up. And when I mean creative, it doesn't have to be something like going out to write a book, or it can mean something where you're going to put yourself first and go in the direction that you're meant to go in. And that's huge for you to do this. Just to put yourself first is huge. And so there's something here for you. And so what aspect from your shadow is driving this? The situation that you're in right now. And so you start off with the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, and this is going to explain a lot of this pattern that's showing up for you. The Knight of Cups is a part of you that wants freedom to be authentic, and it's buried in your shadow. It's a part. It's like an adolescent part that we all have. Think of an adolescent that all they wanted to do when they were younger. All they want to do as an adolescent is to be themselves, is to be free from oppression, and wants to have authentic relationships. And this is in reverse for you. So I think here there was a part of you when you were younger where your freedom got taken away from you. Your freedom to have authentic relationships and to learn about what it is to have authentic relationships. I'm wondering if you came from a very controlled environment where, that opportunity for you to explore different relationships wasn't allowed. This is a general reading, right? And so this part of you can feel quite depressed and can feel quite angry when you weren't allowed to explore these authentic relationships when you were younger. And now it's sitting here, coming up here for you. And but it's wanting to bring you to that place of feeling what it means to have authentic relationships. And right underneath that is the Ace of Cups, and the Cups talks about our emotions. And in an upright position, the Ace is like a beginning. It's a gift from the universe to feel your emotions, and that's buried in your shadow, and it's also in reverse. And so I think you learned when you were younger, and that could have been, maybe coming from a controlled environment, but you learned to put away your emotions. Something taught you that emotions weren't safe to have. And so that can explain why that addiction card came up for you, because we will numb, we will use our addictions so that we don't have to feel. And because you were taught as a young person to not feel and to put those emotions away. And I think the other thing that you lost when you were younger, and it's buried here, is this Magician card. And it's in reverse because I said it got blocked when you were younger. The Magician card speaks of this individual that's quite able to manifest things. And when I say manifest things, it's because they manifest in a very grounded way. Notice how he has this wand here, but he's also connected to the earth, so he's very grounded. A lot of people talk about manifesting nowadays, but we can manifest a lot of things in our life, but they're not always grounded things, and they're not always things that are meant for us, because we're not grounded and we don't realize that they're not meant for us. And so when you were younger, you lost that ability to, I always say that the Magician card for me represents just having that gut knowing and having everything inside of you to be able to manifest things. And so I think when you were younger, you lost that feeling or that knowing of the fact that, you can manifest certain things in your life, and you have everything inside of you to manifest things in your life, good things, good relationships, good people around. And I think you learned when you were younger that you don't have that. That's what you were taught. And so maybe you don't even realize and recognize that the situation that you're sitting in right now, Scorpio, is maybe not a good situation for you. Because when you were younger, you lost that ability to feel, and you lost that ability to, be able to think that you have things, you have this inside of you, you have this ability inside of you. There may be a part of you that is in a relationship and it's not a good relationship for you, whatever situation it is, but you think that you can't do anything about it. You think that you're stuck, right? Because this is what happened when you were younger. So what advice does the tarot have for you to begin to heal this situation that you're sitting in right now? Right? The first thing is this King of Cups. And I don't make this up, you know, this king right here, he is your masculine self. He is your ego. And he is the one part of you that, and he's the cups, right? He's the one part of you that says, don't you dare go to those emotions. He will block you. He will have you up in your head. Our ego keeps us up in our head because it's a very scared part, and it's petrified of our emotions. And so I think that the first thing you need to realize is that your ego self is out. It's keeping you up in your head. It's the one that will keep you completely distracted. It's the one that'll keep you completely dissociated. It's the one that will make you go towards your addictions and completely numbed out, because it doesn't want you to touch your emotions. And that's the part of you that is out right now, is your ego self that's blocking all of this, because it doesn't want you to go to your emotions. And then you have the Four of Pentacles, which is in reverse here. And the Four of Pentacles talks about these things that we're attached to, right? These things that we're material things. And so I'm wondering here if there's something here, and it's in reverse, and I'm wondering if there's something here that has to do with money. You know, a lot of times when we're in a relationship and we can't get out of it, our ego will tell us, you know, you can't do this because maybe you don't have the money to make it on your own, right? Or maybe there's somebody that you're financially dependent on, and there's no way that you can see yourself getting out. Could be a job that you need to leave because there's toxic people there, and there's a situation that, you know, you're sitting in that you need to leave. There's something here, whatever situation you're sitting in that's unsafe for you. There's something to do with money here that's saying, you know, you need to become aware of that, and that your ego will be the one that will keep you unsafe and stuck in this relationship, because it's going to convince you, because it's going to use the money card, right? The financial card, saying, you know, you can't do this. There's something here financially that's you can't let go. And then finally you have the Temperance card. And the Temperance card comes in, it's in reverse here, because I think there's maybe a resistance to seeing this. But the Temperance card says, you know, I know there's a part of you that's very much up in your head that does not want you to go to your emotions and start to feel. But the Temperance card talks about, here's this angel that's dipping their toe in just a little bit at a time, saying, you know what? You can do this. You can touch those emotions a little bit at a time, those ones that need to be felt. There's some emotions that you need to start to get to, right? Just a little bit at a time. And then if they get too tough, well, then you turn off the faucet and then you try to turn it on again, you know. Or, you know, I think about the Pandora's box, where you open it up a little bit and then you close it if it's too much. But this Temperance card says, you know, we just do this a little bit at a time. And that's what you have to realize. This doesn't have to be, let's open up the Pandora box. There's a big truck that's going by. Let's open up this Pandora's box and we're going to, you know, deal with all of this. It's like a little bit at a time. Where can you start to just touch these emotions just a little bit, right? Yeah, so Scorpio, this was a tough reading for you. I hope, you know, maybe it resonated with you, and hopefully gave you a little bit of direction as to where you can take this for yourself. So I want you to have compassion for yourself for what you're working through. This is a very difficult journey, but it's the most important one in your life. I'm going to leave your July 2025 reading for you. Take care, and I'll talk to you next month.